Oh, there has to be. Oh, my bad there, you just caught me scraping the bottom of the barrel. What's going on, my fellow Moterflix stunt drivers? My name is Sid and you're watching a channel that is about to go on a massive uploading streak next week when the update comes out. Expect a lot of uploads on it. Expect me to consistently be uploading that day, Wednesday, maybe even twice a day. Because I need this update to carry my channel. And well, so, like I said, scraping the bottom of the barrel. See, because the update comes out next week, and like I said in the last video, they haven't really been updating. They've added summits that have already come out, 3 summits that have already come out, and we did actually 2 days ago now, because I'm filming this yesterday. They did release a trailer, and it looks good. You know, police cars and stunts and demo derby cars and whatnot. So while I've had nothing to do, seeming as the crew doesn't want to update and there's been nothing else to really play in between filming the Animosity podcast, link in the description, stream on Spotify, YouTube. It's me and my mate Ross McGill. Episode 2 is now out. I've been wanting to play the crew. I've been really wanting to play the crew, but the thing is, I'm so close to finishing the crew that there's not a lot left for me to do in the game. So instead I thought, why don't I help you guys complete the crew? You know, before hopefully there's a lot of new content added, why don't I take you through the old content and how to just complete it all? Because with my 43 days played on this game, I think I'm quite a decent person to tell you how to complete the crew too. And before I get into it, obviously it's a Wednesday summit rotation day. Today at 4:30 PM I'm going to be streaming, getting the Peppermente Untamed Italians, even though I've already done it twice in the past now, because it's the one that's come back 3 times now. I'm still going to redo the summit, because why not? So check me out, I'll be showing pro settings, it'll be a chilled music stream doing the summit. Well, so how to complete the crew 2? Well, one big thing in the crew 2 is obviously the vehicles. Now there's a lot of vehicles in the game, 386 to be precise. That is comprised of 145 street, 25 drift, 10 drag, 36 hypercar, 33 rally raid, 5 motocross, 20 rallycross, 5 hovercraft, 8 aerobikes, 5 demolition derby, 4 jet sprint, 12 monster trucks, 7 powerboat, 56 touring car, and 5 alpha GP. And that's a lot of cars, and I own almost all of them. If you watch my channel, you'll know there's 4 of them I don't own. Well, you get one of these cars at the beginning of the game. You get a choice of these 3 cars. You get the Mustang Fastback, the Mazda MX-5, or the Audi TT. And then unless a car features in a summit reward, you just kind of have to buy the car. A handful of cars you can get from completing events, but those aren't the ones we're on about. But I do recall when I first got every single car in the game, this was within the first year of the crew, maybe within the 4th quarter of it, I got every single car in the game, and I remember that the amount of bucks I had earned, now this is including all of the customization that I'd done at that point. There wasn't spare parts systems yet, so I hadn't spent any on that. So the only other thing I'd spent money on was customizing cars. And once I had every single vehicle in the game, at that time, I had earned 75 million bucks. Meaning that with the season pass, which gives you a quarter price off of every single car in the game, it is around 100 million without the season pass, 75 million if you have the season pass. Maybe bring it up to 80 million for inflation as they've added more cars, and you need around 80 million for every single car in the game, not including summit cars and cars you can get from events and the few free cars that you get. So that's a lot of money. Well, you may wonder, Sid, how do I get that kind of money? I didn't not sleep through my GCSE exams and just play the crew 2 all night, so I don't really have the time. Well, I will tell you the best money grinding race in the game. Is it the Strip South? Is it Latrell's Part 1? Maybe somehow it's a drift event. Maybe it's a touring car event. The best event in the game for both money and followers grinding is in fact Main Highland Cave. This event is really good for money grinding. If you know what you're doing, you can smash this race out. In fact, we'll go over to Sid to give you the tutorial on this event. Yeah, thank you, Sid, and welcome back to the gaming rig. We're going to hop into the crew too, and as I said, we're going to be showing you the best money and followers grinding event in the game. Now, like I told you, it is Main Highlands Cave, which is a jet sprint event. It's literally the first one if you go into the jet sprint category. Obviously changing it to ace, you would obviously have to play it in normal, then hard, then get to ace, but it's literally the first one. You unlock it as the first jet sprint event in the game. And while I load with PlayStation 4 load times, I didn't know too much about this event. I only really found out about it after joining the Crew 2 Discord, which link will be in the description. They enlightened me to this event, and I've been playing it not non-stop, but I play a lot, Sid, because I mean it's the best grinding event in the game, so obviously I'm gonna have quite a lot of motive to play it. And the best hovercraft is actually the Proto Hornet. That is the fastest, best handling, whatever hovercraft in the game. Here are the pro settings for the Hornet. These are the ones I use. I'm fairly certain these are Akkor's pro settings. Check him out, link will be in the description to the pro setting website. Now, as you can see, I have a lot of boosts, see, because these parts are all ace part, and these are all maxed out to 6 popular, 3 rich, meaning I get not only 42% followers boost, but it would also be 21% rich boost. Now, these you can get once you actually get maxed out parts. I'll cover that later into the video, and as you can see, yeah, most of it comes from my icon points. And a lot of people like to use this camera mode or this camera mode on jet sprint. Personally, I like to use the wide view. I just find it better, of course, holding back all the time, basic tips in jet sprint, and I'll show you the route in this race because there's a special route you want to take. Now, honestly, I have this route memorized. I could be watching something on my second monitor and complete this just in my peripherals. But here we go. So when you get to this first one, you want to turn right. Here, there's a little gap. Now, it takes some getting used to taking this turn. It's the first one in the race that sort of needed to be taken. You'll sort of get muscle memory with it, but you want to go straight here. And after that, obviously, take the jump. It's pretty obvious from here. You just kind of avoid the trees, the ones that are solid, that is. Jump, and you want to jump, not that slowly. You want to actually take that jump, and the route here is just that. I mean, there's not a lot more I can say about it. I probably could have made it better. And then you carry on through here, and right here, you see on the map, it goes outwards and back in. What you want to do is you want to always go inside the checkpoint. If you go outside, you'll miss the checkpoint. You want to take the inside line on this checkpoint and take it like this, and go through this little shortcut here. Then if my controller wanted to work, it's just basic from there, I guess. I'll show you one lap without talking over it, and then I'll show you the amount of money I get from it.
Keep this up, you won't make it.
Okay, I messed up there at the end of it, but yeah, you get the gist. That's a complete lap, and you just want to do that again and see the money I made from it. And there we go, finished the event. 1 minute 26 on a not perfect run. If you don't really know the track, I was still getting 1 minute 30 times, but as you saw there, 34k and a lot of followers. Just imagine that amount of followers with the extra 60% that I have from the icon boosts. Now, of course, it's a bit of a because I have a lot of parts, so I could get a lot of followers from any event, but this is the best for time, because of course I don't have any Nitro Chemist, anything, not even the Icon Nitro Chemist boosts. I just have maxed out Jet Sprint, and if I go to the actual event here, you can see that it's a 1 minute 25-ish event, and you get 18.9k from it and 2.5 followers. That is the most you can get from an event this short. It's because the event is obviously a lot longer without the shortcuts, so it puts it in a bracket where the events are in that bracket. You get a lot more bucks and followers from them because they're meant to be slightly longer races. But obviously, you know, the Crew 2 community, they play every race, get it down, get the times down, get the world record, and then it was found that this is one of the easiest ones to do insanely quick, and you get a lot of money from it, making this the best one in the game to grind. So there you have it, Main Highlands Cave, best money race in the game. Now, there's other ways to complete the crew, because obviously you might be like, Sid, I don't have the parts, I don't have money boost parts, I don't have all of these parts on every spec. Well, let me help you on that one as well. Back to you, Sid. Right, so Main Highlands Cave is the best for money grinding. With my parts, I get around like $1.5 million an hour. So if you just do that and then slowly but surely buy every single car, you've completed your catalog. And summit cars, I'm going to brush upon those. Of course, the summit cars, you have to complete the summit, which is a weekly event where you have to complete events, get points for your ranking in that event, and those points add up. And that puts you on a separate leaderboard which ranks you above everyone who's played all the events. And then if you get top 3,000, you earn platinum. And every month on average, except for when the crew doesn't like updating, you get an exclusive car that you can only get via playing that summit. However, all of these summits come back. Summits have now come back 3 times, meaning every single summit in the game can come back at least another 2 more times. A couple of them 1 more time because they've already been out twice. But let's be real, eventually every single one is going to have come out at least twice. So yeah, summits come back, and even though you have to get the summit done and get platinum, those cars are still gettable. So that will help you complete your catalog. And well, you may ask, Sid, my parts just aren't good enough for me to be able to get every single summit. Well, parts grinding, getting enough parts. Now it's easier than you think. See, because there's this very small thing in the game they added, and it's not to use, and it's this thing called live rewards. Now these are really good, like really good for getting parts. They are how I got every single car in the game maxed out. See, because the way live rewards work is you don't actually get a part that is worse. You always get a part that is better. And even though it's a random spin of the wheel of whether you get a part, you might have 6 of them maxed out and you've still opened 5 drops and you can't get that one that you haven't. But when you do get it, it's gonna be maxed out. So I would definitely say invest in live rewards. And I did this in my best locations video, so I'm gonna skim over it, but I'll show you where the live rewards are. Over to you, Sid. Well, thank you, Sid. As I said, parts grinding. So to parts grind in the game, you want to come over to here, Scenic Lake Tahoe. This is Lake Tahoe. You want to teleport to here. You want to fly, just start flying, follow the river down here, and then you just keep following it. Always fly above the river, fly across the top until you get to this mess over here, and you'll notice it. There'll be big bridge and stuff will look confusing. Then you either want to turn around or just teleport back to Lake Tahoe and start over again. I showcased this in another video, but like I said, just fly, hit the live reward, get down to it with a rally raid vehicle, and then once you're there, go and favorite a different vehicle, any vehicle you want, monster truck, hypercar, any single one. Just switch to that, favorite it, maybe do the ones you don't like playing, so aerobatics. Favorite it, and then fast fave, because if you select the car, you might get teleported somewhere completely different. So what you want to do is every time you fly away from getting a live reward, switch to the plane that you have that you're using, like so. I'll show you. When you leave, select it, have the rally raid car favorited, whichever one you're using, just, I don't know, maybe the Nomad, any single rally raid one that you want to use. And if you have a land vehicle as the spec that you want to max out, just have that also selected, and then also favorite that as soon as you get to the live drop, fast fave so you don't get teleported away, and then just head back over and fast fave to a plane. It's convoluted, I know, but it's how it has to happen. So once you get the live rewards, just switch to whichever car you want to unlock them on, go around that route, the lake at the top, and eventually you will be very rich when it comes to ace sets and maxed out parts in every single spec. And then really all it takes is maxed out parts, because not a lot of people will have maxed out monster truck or maxed out demo derby, so you'll be getting higher rank on each of these summit events than a lot of people will. So yeah, once you've done some live reward grinding, put on some music, put on a video on your phone, on your second monitor if you're like me, watch it as soon as you hear that bleeping, stop, fly around, get the live reward. That's all there really is to explain about live reward hunting. Back to you, Sid. Thank you, Sid. Thank you. So now that we have every single car bought that we can buy, enough parts to complete the summit, a method to get all the parts, well, we can just look at the event. And events it's kind of simple. You just play them. I've done every single event in the game, every single skill in the game. If you're just bored, put on some music, put on a podcast, I don't know, maybe the Animosity podcast by Sid and Ross. Listen to it and just chill, play the events, you know. There's tedious ones like Monster Truck and Aerobatics, but once you've got them done, this looks pretty nice, you have to admit. And the skills, again, just go one by one, doing them. Unlike events, there's not a difficulty thing. There's not ace, there's not hard, there's not normal. It's just skill, so you don't even have to do well in the skill. Just complete it. And then I'll give you 100% on the skills, 100% on every event. Photo ops are a difficult one. They're the one thing that I haven't completed in every single one, because some of them are just confusing, and some of them you require 2 people. But yeah, you need multiple players. Just get a couple of friends. Maybe go on the Crew 2 Discord. Link will be in the description. Find some people, get them to help you out. The Crew 2 community is amazing. So you'll be able to find someone who can help you complete photo op. And once you have almost every car, or at least the cars you need, I would prioritize these ones that will be on screen now. They'll cycle through. There's one for each different spec, and these are for PvP. And PvP's not too difficult, and it's actually quite fun. I like casually just playing PvP because I enjoy it. And once you have those cars, you don't even need the parts maxed out at that point. Of course, get that still, but in PvP, your car gets maxed out fully anyway. And those are the best vehicles in each spec. And let's take a wild guess what Sid is in PvP. Maxed out Platinum 1. It's not that big of a flex. It's quite easy to do, but it does get harder when you get into Plat, because you lose 11 points per race, and a win will give you 2 points. If there's 8 players, you'll get 4 points. Finishing off the video, hobbies. Now, hobbies. Collectors, quite easy, just buy tons of stuff with that money you got from the Jet Sprint event. And in both Collector and Explorer, there's these ones that you have to drive a car for a very long time. And what I would recommend for that is the road that I show in my recent video, best locations in the Crew 2. It's around here, and you follow the road to Salt Lake, then turn. I give a more in-depth explanation in that video, so go check out that. That should help you with some of the really longer ones in the Hobbies missions. The Racer is just really tedious. It's just very, very tedious. You just got to play every single event constantly, and eventually you will unlock the cars. Now, the Collector is very simple. I've seen multiple Plymouth. The HX Concept, I did see a lot of them, but when I actually tried to get it myself, it was a lot harder than I thought it would have been. So that's probably slightly rarer than the Plymouth and slightly harder to get. Now, the RX-7 took me... Well, overall, all the Hobbies took me a month. This one had to have taken me the most time, maybe even like a week or 2 to unlock this car. The Hobbies are tedious, and to be honest, they give you something to do. Not me, because I play this game way too much, but it does give you something to do once you've done all the other things that I mentioned in this video. And once you've done that, you eventually unlock the 30 cars and everything else in the Hobbies. And at that point, there's not a lot more to do. I mean, I guess every single day you can log on and do your contracts, daily rewards, you get crew credits, and with that you can buy vanities. And to be honest, I think I've done it all. I can't think of anything else. Completing the events, doing them, playing them, and try out some different specs, you know. I've honestly gotten so bored of street and hypercar. I like motocross. I love when there's a mixed PvP playlist out, because yeah, there's motocross, there's track, demo derby. I love the more niche ones in the game. Rallycross, the monster truck races, there's only 2 of them, but those, and they're actually good. I enjoy them. But yeah, I think I covered every base. Tell me in the comments, how much have you completed the Crew 2? Are you anywhere near as much as me? Quite a few people are. You know, I'm not special. Don't treat me like I'm some real sweat at this game. There is people who are miles ahead of me. But yeah, I think that's gonna end it there. Check out the stream. It will be today at 4:30. Check out the podcast. Check back next week. Commentary video is gonna be up on Friday, and then I'm probably gonna skip it next week Friday for more crew uploads. But I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. In a bit.